Enigmas. You pick them and you hit those pure damage, percentage damage black holes in the late game. So very rough for Enigma players out there,
Yeah,
honestly. Because
he's definitely that kind of a hero that, can create these opportunities, especially if you're like really far behind, right? If an Enigma lands a really good black hole, it can change the course of the entire game. Like all of a sudden you have a huge advantage because of it. So it definitely, makes sense that you would try to give him some farm priority. But let's talk about the fact that Setsu was like rolling in the dollars.
I
I
don't
don't
know
even think
how.
that's a thing that people say. I sound really
I,
dumb saying
I
that.
don't. Okay, Boomer.
Shut up. Shut up,
Rolling in the
Zoomer.
dollars. I don't know where you got it from because I told you, like, I had the pub the other day where some people gave up and we were farming all the lanes and we just didn't have that much net worth. We're missing last hits. Nobody was contesting them. It's just. But he was farming stacks. He was taking his entire side of the map, while Monet took the other side of the map. Monet was actually taking the more aggressive farm. He was getting kills constantly. Bounty runs are definitely something. I don't want to take away from that because I did notice, like I said, in that game that I played, the big influx of gold was always, okay, if you're winning, you have map control, right? If you have map control, what do you get? You get every bounty. And those have not changed. You still get the same amount of gold from bounties. So another reason why people fight a lot in this meta is because you fight for map control, and then the gold comes from the bounties and the kills and from having the control, as opposed to I'm going to hit jungle creeps, And that's exactly what happened in the last game. Is they had so much control, they basically just soaked in all the net worth from the map.
Well, the nice thing about having an anti-mage too is the fact that he is pretty difficult to lock down depending on what spells you're willing to put on the
Yeah.
table. But if you know that some of them are down or you have good vision, which they did a lot of the time on Royal Never Give Up, you can have Monet, pushing out these waves safely because he does have that ability to escape. Whereas not so much for Setsu. He did have the Shadow Blade, but obviously, good gamers, they're going to be carrying that dust. But yeah, he rolled up all of a sudden with this Kunkka. Not only does he have Abyssal Blade, he's got himself a sheep stick. Like he was just so rich.
I don't know. I still don't understand. I have to I'm interested in going back and watching. I mean, I do that almost all the time when we cast. Like I'll watch the game and I'll be like, how did this happen? I'll go back and watch the replay and then I'll make like some video about it or something. But I would be interested to see like exactly what it was, like what his farming patterns were. How many bounty runes were they getting every
The
5 minutes?
random ganks with anti-mage too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, those were paying dividends for
Yeah.
sure. Interesting draft so far. These are not heroes you see too often. I mean, other than this one,
You see the
the
Lich.
Void
The Lich. We
Spirit.
saw the Earthshaker the other day
Well,
too. I think that might be
you
a
know,
comfort pick for Keen,
sure. I mean,
perhaps.
Earthshaker is a great hero. Earthshaker is a great hero for sure. You do see Earthshaker's like middle of the pack, good heroes right now. He's not like
A solid B, you would say.
yeah, A or B. He's not getting first picked in every game,
No.
but you're never going to look at an Earthshaker and be like, why is this on my team? I feel the same about Lich. I feel like Lich has fallen off a little bit more for whatever reason, even though he hasn't really been nerfed too much. Like I still think Lich is really broken and probably underrated, but you don't see it too much.
Mhm.
And
But
Tree, I mean,
where does Tree stand on your scale? Is my
you
question.
you never see Tree. I would say probably to like to average out like what other people think about Tree right now, at least in like pro level pubs, probably like B tier, maybe
Okay.
lower B tier,
Respectable.
like B minus, but not bad. Definitely not bad. Potentially underrated. For me, I
B
think
minus.
Tree's underrated. Yeah, depending on what country you're in, B minus could be a failing grade or a passing grade. I know in America it's rough out there. You guys you fail if you get under 70%, right, on an exam.
A failure is lower than that because the 70 is like a C.
A 70 is
B's
a
are
C.
60, so 50
Oh, okay,
is
okay,
failing.
okay. In Canada, 70 is a B actually. 70 and 80 is a B,
Really?
and yeah, and then everything above 80 is an A. Everything above 90 is A plus.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a little
Different scale.
weird. It's a little weird scale. So anyway,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, I
trees.
grew up with parents that were teachers, so anything below a B was like we're sitting down and we're talking about it.
Yeah, my parents had zero expectations when I
And
was a
look at you
child.
now, Jenkins.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm casting RNG. Look at me, mom. My mom's just like texting me. She's like, "Did you see that Void Spirit pick? That was so dog shit into Earthshaker." No,
I'm
I'm just
waiting
kidding.
for my dad to do that. My dad, he was very like had no idea. Like neither did my grandpa. Like I showed them like these videos. They're like, we don't understand what this is, but we're proud of you. My dad went and made a Twitch account and things. I'm
Oh,
waiting for
that's
the day
cool.
that I get, like, did you see that sick black hole?
That'll
I
be the
don't think
day.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be so dope.
You know what? All these boomers are getting into the Netflix and stuff these days.
Hey, my
Sooner or
dad's
later.
getting into esports a little bit. He messaged me the other day. He's like, "Did you know that they're doing, virtual racing?" And
Yeah,
he was
they
so
are.
excited.
Dude, my dad has been fiending YouTube. He's a YouTuber now.
Oh gosh.
He says he fiends it. He watches car shows, he watches cooking shows. He said he clicks to some dumbass esports channel, but he just cares about the views to see what the numbers are. I think he said it's like Jonkins Dota or something like
Good old
that.
Jonkins.
Yeah,
I heard
somebody
that guy
like
really
that.
knows
So
what he's talking about. Some
I don't know.
more
My dad doesn't really like him, but anyway,
some
back to
more
the
interesting picks here though. We've got the Nature's Prophet picked up on Keen Gaming and the Jakiro. Jakiro, of course, though, pairing very nicely with the Tree and Protector, right? The fact that you can lay down the macro pyre with the overgrowth, create just some of these nice conditions. And I'm a little worried right now because there's a Void Spirit that was picked up for RNG, right? And there's no real lockdown for a Void Spirit.
I mean, you have the Earthshaker. That's always something. It can be difficult to get him from. Yeah, I mean, you have to get him from fog. Like
Mm.
you can fissure into lock down him. I mean, it's not that bad. The Lich natures they do lack in those two heroes. Like Lich has to get really close to get the Void Spirit. So I would imagine that probably with the next two picks, there's going to be at least some sort of solid lockdown. Something like a Dragon Knight or you know Kunkka, something like that, something that gives like good lockdown. Because I agree with you. It's like it's not quite enough. Because you don't want to be wasting like an echo every time on a
No.
Void Spirit. You probably want something else. And they go with the gyro.
Well, that fight's
Lots of
early. It
team
doesn't
fight.
really provide that lockdown, but is going to allow Erica. I'm assuming it's going to be Erica playing this hero, so he can fight and also, take farming, take these stacks and whatnot. I want to see him more active earlier on. I think that's a big thing. That I feel like it's a tough patch to just sit back. Like even anti mages, like we watched in the last game, Monet was very active very early.
Yep, exactly. I think no matter what your hero is in the carry position, you need to show up the fights, even if it's man, it's just so hard to win if you there's no like good comeback mechanic these days.
Yeah.
So if you just start losing fights in the early game, you're like, guys, it's fine, I'm gonna carry. Well, you have to win like 4 fights now with when you hit your timing instead of just one. So yeah, you have to be careful. And the Naga Siren pickup. We talked about the combo, Jakiro Treant, Jakiro Naga. Another amazing combo. Yusong into Macropyre, into the Jakiro stun, and it is just a tremendous amount of damage. So, yes, King Gaming have great team fighting, but so do RNG. And I love the Clockwork pick. This is amazing against all 4 heroes on Keen. The Nature's Prophet, it can pick off the Natures in the side lanes. It can get a Blade Mail and shred the Gyro. Oh my god, that's an Alchemist. All right, let's see.
Why? Why?
So it's a mid Gyro and Erica Alchemist. Good hero. I mean, solid. I think Alka's in a very solid place. Here's the thing with Alk is that you are against a Naga in this game. And so you know that the early game is going to be easy, right? Because Naga just wants to hit creeps
Mhm.
for the timing where Alchemist can just farm. See, I am concerned that Erica has no Alchemist cosmetics. That's number one concern for me because that makes me feel like he doesn't play this hero that often. Maybe he's on a Smurf. I don't know. We'll see. I still have faith, but it is a good Alk game in terms of the timing. But Tree is great at hunting the Alk around the jungle, and so is Clockwork, and of course Void Spirit's very active. So it's not like Royal Never Give Up can't hunt the Alchemist around the map. You definitely can in this game, but the Naga's going to do nothing against the Alk.
I
That's
mean,
just
we've
a matchup.
seen how Setsu gets very aggressive, and without a doubt, like he and Flywin, even like September too, like just the hunting, they're gonna be very, very active and pressure this Alchemist. I don't know. I'm worried about this because Elk, we think of you think of Greed, right, in this game, and you think of Alchemist, and then you've seen how Erica has played before. I'm not trying to throw shade at the guy or anything. He's a great Dota player, but he does like to just sit back and soak up coins, right? He likes to just hit creeps, and I'm a little bit worried that he's gonna be too preoccupied hitting creeps that he's not actually going to join the rest of his team and fight. And I think that's something that Keen definitely they struggle with in this early mid game.
I mean, if there's any hero to hit creeps on, though, it is this one. It's it could be a lot worse. I think with something like a Terrorblade, there's a lot more early timings where where you can and should push towers. Whereas with Alchemist, it's really, what's the saying? Cut and dry. Is that the saying? It's like really obvious.
Really obvious, cut and dried. But that also telegraphs your movements.
It does, but that's why they picked it last. Like that's why they picked it against the Naga, because they know that this Naga's timing is much later than the Alchemist. Now, don't get me wrong. I straight up, I'm just gonna say, I think RNG is a better team after watching this. I think RNG is gonna win because they're gonna outplay. But this is a decent Alchemist game, and it's not like King Gaming are complete slouches at Dota or something. No. Like they put up a decent fight, especially with like the mid game Black Holes last game. So it could be the pick for them. I'm a fan of Alchemist. I know a lot of people are. This is a very divisive polarizing hero right now. Yeah. It's very polarizing. So I know my girlfriend, who's also a Dota player, she hates Alchemist right now. I'm always like, no, I think this is a patch for Alk. I'm such an Alk fan.
Eventually, it'll get to the point where she just kicks you out. She says, "Get out of here! Go on."
She does.
Get.
Yeah, I'm on the couch in the living room sleeping all the time because I picked Alchemist in a late night pub.
Take it back.
In the doghouse.
They are choosing to place the Naga against the Alchemist down here, so this is kind of interesting. So you're saying you didn't feel like there was going to be much that Monet was going to do, but this also kind of helps take care of some of these pesky little summons coming off from the Nature's Prophet and puts a little bit of pressure here on Erica.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, I suppose because it's the same argument for like Alf being good against Naga. It's a free early game if you're Alchemist, but also it's a free lane if you're Naga and you're laning against the Alchemist. So this is pretty cool. I mean, though, it does leave you with this weird top lane. I don't know if Clockwork Chihiro beats this lane. I feel like it's decent.
I'm enjoying watching Super and Fantasy here 1v1 each other on the sides.
The all support battle. It's just...
Meet me in the jungle, bruh.
Both of them are just getting kind of destroyed. Not fun. I don't know why people enjoy this role, honestly. It's rough.
Now, one thing that I think is interesting, right? We've talked about this before with the Void Spirit, right? You've got Setsu here in the middle lane, and you've got a Gyrocopter, Blood here as well. Setsu, though, he's going to want to rotate. He's going to want to leave once he gets to that level 6. And
that's true. Yeah.
When he does, that's going to leave an open lane for the Gyrocopter. So potentially, that way it benefits the side of King Gaming in that sense. Although the Alchemist, most likely, going to start getting targeted, or they'll make their own rotations perhaps towards the mid lane, but I think the Alch is the bigger concern.
Yeah, definitely. And the funny thing is with this Alch, is that sometimes you can focus so much on pressuring the Alchemist than the other heroes when like your Gyro could get really huge. Especially if you have Setsu, who's going to be roaming a lot, so that's always a possibility.
I'm looking forward to you saying, "Now, Moxie, I know I say this every game, but this is definitely a rapier game."
God,
there's an Alchemist and there's a Gyrocopter,
Dude, it's always Erica though. It's always Erica. He's gonna be like 7 slotted. His team's gonna be super far behind. It's like, all right, Erica, the only item you can get. Flywin gets a solo kill here on Lich with the level 2 battery.
He actually didn't need to commit. He had a change of heart, partially through. He's like, okay, I guess I can't get this, and then he was like, wait a minute, yes, I totally can. And how did?
He just suicided. He was just suiciding because.
It was just too much damage done by the Lich originally. Okay.
Yeah, he just like there's no way that he sends regen out. It's gonna take forever.
No.
So it just suicides. Lich was dead too, so it doesn't get the XP, which is always really nice.
Warriors of the wood.
This bottom lane's going very nicely for, well, was going very nicely for Erica, but they opted to switch it up a little bit more. I guess he wanted to be getting more farm than what he's getting. It's 22 and 2 top of the CS currently.
Definitely a good lane for Earthshaker now that he's down here against the Naga. It's a hero that can clear the illusions.
Yeah, I got a couple levels too, which is also nice. Before he goes toe-to-toe with her immediately. But
Yeah, he does want one more though, so he can get the figure.
top lane September? Well, looks like he's gonna be alright here. That Frost Shield did a lot of damage.
God, if an Alchemist lane is getting kills, it always feels really bad to be playing against that. You do not want an Alch to be getting kills. Erica's getting very farmed once again. This is I almost want to call him the Chinese Hector at this point. Like he seems to get farmed in every single game. But,
Well, he's got to be able to carry the game and get the victory off of it too, though. Then he can be the Chinese Hector.
True. Hector does he does follow through.
He does strap his team on his back sometimes. Not always, you know.
He's got a good supporting cast though, you know.
He really does. He has.
You could argue like SA has a lot worse teams too that they're playing against. But then again, I mean, I suppose he does that at tier 1 tournaments as well, so it really
YTS, leave me alone. Go away. This is why I like trees. As Monet just chases him behind the tower, just casually.
This is just the battle of supports. Like all the supports are just feeding.
Monet's
that's
perfectly
life,
happy
though.
with that, though. That was not an issue. 5-minute runes are coming up, though. Looks like RNG want to make sure that they are in possession of these runes. They don't want to allow Erica to get that extra gold here.
Ooh, I love the natures. The natures with the alchemist.
Erica? No, Frost Shield comes out. They might be able to turn this back around. Another hit, though. Oh. Flywind gets the kill on Erica, and the neutral creep gets the kill on September. That is the best possible situation for RNG.
Yeah, feels bad. Funny enough, though, is that our boy in the treant here actually ends up being dead for longer.
Blood?
Middle lane,
Blood's
Blood being
dead.
solo killed by Setsu. Oh no, you do not want to give a Void Spirit solo kills.
No.
That is bad. He's gonna pop off. I mean, we saw Setsu last game, and he was basically getting.
Xiaofu
He was not able to get kills.
is getting slowed down. Does manage to stun up the Naga, though, so looks like he's going to be able to back off. Doesn't have any regen.
He's just gotta stand there menacingly.
Let's give him the old look.
Yeah, Earthshaker's good at that. He's got a look to him.
He's got a very commanding voice, too, right?
He does.
This harass is, like, really obnoxious, though, coming out from Super, too.
Yeah, not fun to lane against a Jakiro.
Could be worse.
September?
It could be a Skywrath Mage.
Look
Or
at
Lich.
this. That's true. Sky's a bad hero, man. I would prefer to lane against Sky.
Well, I meant
Lich,
back
though.
in the day, I guess.
Lich, though. Oof, I hate that hero. Xiaofu, dead again?
Yep.
And that, by again, I mean for the very first time, but lots of dives happening.
Well, he
in
was
the bot
sitting
lane.
so low the entire time, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where you're kind of surprised that he's staying, but I guess, you know, he does have his courier here. He was bringing himself out regen, but unfortunately, you know, it's just constant harass coming out from this Jakiro and Monet, just pushing the wave. September's just being annoying as possible.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job here with the. He actually warded up this camp, even though it's got a stack.
Hook shot coming out though, Fantasy. Looks like he's gonna get taken down here. Flywind, he's taking a lot of harass, but he's fairly tanky. Erica is here. Setsu's coming in as well. There's no mana left over here on Blood. He can't afford to get taken down. He's already died once to Setsu, and it's gonna be a second time now. At least this time with a little help from friends, but
Just contesting the Alchemist farm here, and unfortunately for Kian, they have to trade a lot of kills. Erica, Flywind might be getting a solo kill up here on him if he's.
no. September wants a piece of the action. YDS is here too with those little treants. It does a lot of damage. And he's got his ultimate up now over on the Alchemist, so September can't do anything else. It's going to take a little bit more damage in order to take down this Alchemist in the future.
Dire's courier.
You know, the amount of times I've done that in a pub where you just go on an L because you're like, this hero shouldn't be able to do anything against me. He sucks until he gets items, and then you just stand in his asset and he kills you. You feel so bad. That's actually a pretty common mistake that you can make against Alchemist, because it feels like he shouldn't be able to do anything at this point, with how strong he is at like 15 minutes.
Setsu has a double damage, and he wants Erica. Look at this, the hookshot comes in from Flywood. They managed to get the tree off. Setsu might actually die to tower if he's not careful. There's the Simulate coming through, Fantasy following up there, giving the eyes. Flywood's gonna get taken down. Setsu now, he just too greedy. As they get a kill on Setsu.
Just kind of debating the Alchemist here. It's I mean, I don't think it's intentional. I don't think it's like something they're trying to do. They prefer for Alch to just be free farming, but it's just kind of happening where essentially they really want to kill this Alchemist so badly because they know that obviously the way to stop an Alch is not by taking his towers. It's by killing him and making it so that he can't farm. So every time you have the opportunity to kill him, you really want to commit to it. And King Gaming just turns it around with their team fighting heroes. Like, the Gyro was a really good pick with the Alch when he's just showing up to these fights. No points in flak. He has 100% damage.
Haven't we seen something very oh yeah, it was it Leo style? That they gave him the gyrocopter and like he struggled really hard.
Yeah,
Setsu, well, maybe a little bit too greedy here. He's got the eyes. We'll follow up with the call down. Super's here, though. It's a beautiful ice path. They should be able to get the kill on Fantasy. They'll be able to get him taken out. And now Blood. Oh, he has to walk a little bit through that macro part. Erica's coming in, though. He's going to try to turn this back around. Can they finish him off? No, Blood makes that with 20 hit points.
Yeah, Setsu just does not have any Astral Step charges, and he went for the kind of greedy build of not going Ether Remnant. He's got the max damage of Dissimulate and Resonant Pulse, which I do like. I mean, I like the burst, but as a result, it's very difficult for him to lock people down in these ganks. Trusty Shovel. That's not a support item. That's a core item.
Oh, I missed my shovel. I feel like eventually it's gonna get to the point where just my cores hand me the shovel and say, start digging, Moxie.
Yeah.
I want a free TP, I want a free sell.
Yeah.
But we want you to do it. YDS top lane, taking a lot of damage to the heroes. He's held into place, and Flywin gets himself killed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a Nature's Prophet 5. I don't think you care too much about that. He's actually doing pretty well in Nature's. He's level 6 already. And he does have his Urn of Shadows. He's the highest farmed support in this game.
Flywin has hookshot and he's all smoked up. Question is, does Blood realize it? Nope, I guess he doesn't, because immediately they'll go and they'll get a quick pick off here in the mid lane with the kill going to Setsu.
He's actually a 4 Nature's Prophet. I
GG.
totally forgot there was a Lich in this game. Yeah, I'm done. That's why he's so farmed. Alch just hitting creeps this whole time. He's chilling.
Yeah, I was about to say, during all this, like, Erica's had a very relaxing game. He's picked up that Sacred Relic for the most part. But I also want to point out, as relaxing of a game that this Alch has had, right? He's had a couple ganks on him. Monet has not been bothered at all yet. Like, you've got Xiaofu down here. He's just, getting levels. He can't do too much to this Naga at this time, but...
And XP-wise, we can see that Monet is farming very well. He's kind of out-farming the Alchemist to an extent. But gold-wise, of course, the Alchemist is always going to be on top.
Oh, Xiaofu. September waiting off to the side. You can see the TP's coming out immediately now from Fantasy.
They're so afraid of the Echo. They're just all melee heroes. They can't...
And they've got Chain Frost, too. Like, they've got a lot of big ultimates.
Oh,
what?
September.
September?
You animal abuser. Don't kill your
Poor
dog.
Fox. Top lane, though. Looks like they're making moves on Erica. Do they have enough damage, though? Is the question. Flywin making his own rotation. He was just in the bottom lane. They'll be able to find the kill. And that's one way to slow down this Alchemist. In the bottom lane, too, they'll find the kill on the Lich. Where did... Oh, Xiaofu TP top to help the Alch.
Yep. Oh, he's in the trees, too. They know he's in there. He had to run down a weird path.
They have the ice path over to the side. That's Assimilate. Find Xiaofu. And he's just stuck in the trees with 3 unfriendly faces.
Wow, that just went from like a less than 1k gold lead to 3k.
Yeah.
Just like that with all those kills and the tower falling, as well as this top tower. Which is going to fall pretty soon, especially with the Jakiro having the liquid fire maxed out, which not a build that you see too frequently, but it does make sense actually against an alchemist where you want to start restricting his map and you don't have any other pushing heroes. Kind of has to be your Jakiro, honestly.
Blood's gotta be careful here, yeah. Alright, so we have the Crystallis actually picked up on the Void Spirit, not opting to go for that urn just yet to get the Spirit Vessel. I guess Clockwork's gonna be the one that picks that up. YDS just shows his face and immediately gets murdered.
Clock is hook. They see blood.
Yeah, they do. Go hold him up into the cogs. Rest of the team immediately. The Aether Remnant holding him, pulling him right back in again. Do they have enough damage? In fact, they do. Flywind, though, he's going to get some unlucky bounces off of some of those creeps. And does get taken down.
God, if Flywind had his blade mail there, he just
Structures.
destroys that Lich. And he does have it now.
What is this? The second regen rune for Setsu?
Regeneration.
Yeah, although to be fair, you know, I'm not trying to pander to mid laners here. I know mid laners always complain about the enemies getting the runes, but the rune control has been great from RNG. They're doing a really good job at securing
Setsu?
these.
Setsu, Echo Slam gets used. Just trying to slow him down, but they don't have super great lockdown here. He's got the Astral Step, just rejoins here with his team.
He Gucci.
Still has the Dissimulate up, yep. No problem.
Bounty runes soon. This is always interesting to see what teams do against the Alchemist.
Yeah, look at this train. Look at this
heading
Flywind. Trying to secure at least one of these here. They're going after blood too. They'll be able to go get the rune. They don't quite land the ice path on blood, but here it is. There's that blade mail we talked about. Fantasy now trying to get away. He's being bullied, but over on the side we have a whole other fight. As Setsu just gets locked into place this time as the Alchemist is joining in the fight. Super now is trying to just flap those little wings. And he's trying. It's a nice ice path. It's a good idea, but they just have too much damage. Blood getting himself a double kill off of that. So how many of those runes actually went to the side of...
All of
Wow.
them. Every
All
single
of them
one
went
of them.
to RNG.
I was gonna say, if you look at the gold,
Oh my god.
RNG came out ahead in that engagement, losing their mid laner and their
Middle tower is under attack.
position 5, position 4. I mean, there's a lot. There's like two, and on both teams, it's like position 4.5s. Tree Jakiro, like these are both kind of 5s.
Dire's middle
Same with
tower
Natures
has
and
fallen.
Lich. It's always weird.
That is the first tower to be taken down on the side of RNG. It is the mid tower, so. Top lane. Man fighting here with Flywind. He's got that living armor though.
And face
They
boots.
really want this. Look at this, the slow coming out from September. He's trying to buy his Clockwork just a little bit more time. He's definitely dead here, but...
Sad.
What happened?
Sad way to die. Oh, just the rocket. I was just sad that there was a rocket on him, and you could see it is. He wishes he had
Xiaofu
some
died
way.
in the bottom lane. Was it just Setsu dipping in?
Oh, good question. I have no idea.
YDS? YDS, there are no trees here to help you out here. You're going to be held into place. That macro pyre being dropped, although Erica is here. Simulate comes out by himself again. Just a little bit more time.
Setsu is holding the
Liquid fire.
dissimulate now. Like he the one time he got stunned by the Alk stun, and he's like no longer just using dissimulate for damage. He's using it for
Is under attack.
the dodge, which is always unfortunate when you max it out and then you have to just use it to dodge. That's when you kind of like to have Aether Remnant maxed out, but I mean the burst was useful. Oh god, if Flywind could see these two supports, he would have immediately hooked.
Oh, Echo Sam comes out over on the side. Looks like Flywind is going to get taken down. That blade mail only buying him so much time here. Super also, he's taking a lot of damage. With the song coming out from Monet, look at the positioning here. He's like, all right, I've got you here. Let's get out. So Echo Slam is down now on the side of Keen Gaming. Song's also down on the side of RNG.
Could have been a lot worse though for RNG. I mean, that was the blink
Absolutely.
reveal from Earthshaker, so he, usually you want to get some sort of like 2 or 3 man echo. I say that, and he is dead. That's a treant. And Desetsu with the blade mail.
Live with the void inside.
This is a little bit of a different build than we've been seeing on the Void Spirits.
Crystal's blade mail. Would you believe it?
Jump forward here. They do have the Aether Remnant. If they want to try to hold him into place, Frost Shield's up. They'll use the Overgrowth. They'll be the draw. And look at that Macro Pyre just holding him down into place. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they do. Setsu zipping forward with the Astral Step. We'll be able to take down the Alchemist.
Fortunate they're able to catch him without his ulti on. I don't think they had any vision. I think that was just by chance. And then they kind of realized as he wasn't using it, we can kill him right now. We can burst him because he was like 50% HP. Even though he did get the ulti off and almost survived, it's when you're so low, you can just get bursted.
I kind of would have preferred to see Setsu picking up the urn and the spirit vessel.
Are scanning.
Yeah,
because he is so mobile. It's hard for the Clockwork sometimes to get in, and he's definitely the more active.
Well, Clock's not even going for it anymore. I mean, he's just committing to the pipe now. Like he just went for the urn, which is interesting.
Ooh, they missed the hook shot.
Like, I mean, this could turn around to bite them, but I do think it's kind of a cool idea to just like go for the urn in an attempt to get the vessel, but then because you feel like you're strong enough to kill the Alch without the vessel, you just go for other items such as like your blade mail and the damage items on Setsu. So like they had the option to do it if they needed it, but they feel like they don't need it. That's kind of cool.
It's all these like little mini skirmishes going around the jungle right now. They're trying to make some moves on Shafu. Even drop the Macro Pyre here. Setsu. It's gonna get stunned up. This is so much real estate for Monet to work with.
Yeah, I mean, and Erica too.
He's gonna get stunned up. He's being protected a little bit over here. He needs to find a target to get out. Maybe hook shot out to Super. Is he gonna be able to just move around? Nah, he'll hook shot on Fantasy though. They should be able to find a kill. Setsu joining in, has the double damage. Rest of the team is here. Oh, it's the Echo Slam, but it's followed up with a song. Setsu, he needs to get out of that acid spray. He's taking an awful lot of damage. It's alright though.
Oh,
look at it,
God,
it's beautiful. Look at them all in a little line like ducks in a row. Oh my God, what a disaster. It's a triple kill for Setsu, but what a song, what an overgrowth, and what a just perfect line for Jakiro to drop all of his spells into. Oh
yeah, that was nuts. That's what you like to see with the Naga. Oh God, that was cool.
It's goddamn beautiful.
Yep. The song too. I mean, it's you could argue it's kind of lucky that the enemy team just so grouped up, and when you get that song, of course it's juicy, right? But really the big thing there is saving Setsu. It's I think either way, even if that doesn't turn out as beautifully as that, you're probably pretty happy that you saved Setsu. So there's just so many things that went right in that fight. It's insane.
He's so lucky he had an essence ring too, because you saw how long he was sitting there in that acid spray, just getting stunned up, and also being melted by the radiance too.
Man, that's got to be like the best tier 2 item. This essence ring. Yeah, I always see carries picking it up, just because it's so value. And I mean, you'd expect carries to be the last people to pick that sort of thing up.
Oh, look at this Bei Xiaofu over on the corner. He was trying to just scout out, but they'll follow up again with the Ice Path, with the Macro Pyre. It's just so nice to be set up when you've got those cogs. Monet's here. He throws out the net over onto Blood. He's got his eyes over here on the snow. They throw out the Chain Frost, though, and it's getting some really nice bounces. Might have actually just saved Blood's life, as now Monet having to back off a little bit. YDS, though, is trapped over here in his own trees, is going to get taken down now. Erica, he's trying, but there's just so many heroes here, and they're just out for Blood. It's a double kill for the Treant.
Blood's actually in the fountain, Moxie.
You know what I mean. Hi, Dad. Thanks for that joke.
He's just go dead silent. Oh God.
And if only they could see my disapproval. Yep, fly win, hook shots in. Pops the blade mail, realizes maybe he gone a little bit too far here. They don't have the Echo Slam up for another 3 seconds, so they do have to be careful on the side of RNG. They should respect
Dire's
it.
top tower is under attack.
Hard to go high ground into this lineup. Lich can save the tower. Like you said, there's the Echo. Treant ulti, or sorry, Nature's ulti, you have the Gyro ulti. Just so many things that you can feed to. So, I mean, at this point, I feel like if you're RNG, you're pretty happy that you've kind of made it past this Alchemist early timing, where he gets like the Radiance plus 1 item, and you know, you feel like you're strong enough to just go late now against him. Which is also why they chose to not go for the Vessel.
I guess. Although Yule's coming out here from Super, they'll be able to ice path them up. Try to protect them. Look at this grouping though. Again, they're all just taking a bath in this macro part as they walk forward. It's gonna be the Cogs, Flywind moving over to the side. Super is gonna get taken down. Stember hiding out on the side. Doesn't have much mana though.
Setsu's got an Arcane.
Almost loses his courier there too. They know the tree's
Radiant's
over,
middle
but
tower is under attack.
it's a little
Flywind
battle
is-
to try to reclaim their jungle.
It's hard. It's hard with an Alchemist. I mean, like I said, I mean, you've missed this timing where the Alka is gonna be stronger than the Naga because the Naga just wants to AFK farm. Like Naga is a Scotty in a double damage.
Yikes.
So he can just show up to fights. And do you need a Vessel if you have a Scotty on Naga? I mean, I guess not.
Dire's
Although,
top
is he
tower
building it?
under
No,
attack.
the clock's still just going for the full pipe, not choosing to go for the Vessel. They feel like they have the damage.
I'd have
Which
to
is-
agree with them. It does feel like they've got quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool decision. I mean, if this is some like Archon pub, this is happening because people don't want to build a Vessel because like a boring item or something. But in this situation, it's like a decision, you know.
What, yes?
Ooh, that's the
Separation here.
target.
Zhao Fu, though, gets found out over on the corner. This is looking like a very dead Earthshaker. No Echo Slam going to be available for them as they take this middle tower. They're still hunting, though, off on the side. They have a stun. They're only going to find Super, though. All right, you've lost your position 5. I think you're okay with that, although Monet does need to get out of there. The rest of the team is not very close by, and they're already channeling up the stun over here on the Alchemist. She does have the Manta, though. Not going to be able to quite dodge it. They'll turn back in. Treant is standing nearby, but there's only so much he can do for the Naga, so Song will come out. She's going to get donked. The rest of the team making their way over. They don't have the Jakiro, though. I think you just want to back out if you're RNG.
Yeah, you just... I mean, the Jakiro's a position 5, but still pretty important. I mean, as we've seen in these team fights, with the Naga setup, I mean, you always want to make sure that you're just going to fight with that Song and the Jakiro ulti as well as the Ice Path, because why the hell not? I mean, it's going to make it so much easier to just win any fight.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Especially
attack.
if the enemy team stands in a little row like they've been doing.
Yeah, that was
Side
pretty
of
cool.
Keen.
Yeah,
Radiant's
that was
middle
nice.
tower has fallen.
Bottom lane, YDS is trying to
He is so
get out,
dead.
but they have the net, and he's just dead. Bad luck to run into the Naga there. Although they do manage to find Lich. Fantasy is just going to be a sacrificial offering to the Flywind god. And Erica also... Oh, Echo Sim on the back lines on Shafu, but where's the rest of the team? They're not paying attention. They managed to go get the kill onto Super, but it's a position 5. And now Shafu trying to run away. September takes a lot of damage. Both of them will fall. Setsu still has plenty of mana, plenty of health. In comes Monet. There's no Echo Slam to worry about. Lich is down for another 15, but are they going to do anything? Are they going to try to push with this?
I feel like Roche is the next play if you're RNG.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's just so free when you have this much map control.
That's true.
I mean, if you're Keen, do you really want to leave the base and risk losing the game to fight Roche? I mean, you probably have to, but
You don't have the Echo Slam, though. That's
you don't want to.
That's huge. Like, in order to get into that pit, you need that Echo Slam.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the Gyro ulti, the Lich ult can bounce around. Maybe they make the call that it's not bad to take the fight because they feel like they have to. I mean, it looks like they are going to try to fight it. They're running over, although Alchemist isn't. He's just farming.
I feel like they really need him to be there. Look at this.
Definitely
Look at RNG just immediately collapse. They see Fantasy. They know that he's the big
Fantasy.
team fight ultimate, and they're just going to erase him. They have the Ags online for Setsu too, so it's not going to be anyone casting spells near this guy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
TP coming into top from Setsu. Looking for the natures, just pushing him away. Get out of my side of the map.
They've got enough here in the pit, so they'll be able to grab the Aegis for Naga.
My God,
He knows he doesn't
Setsu's
have to be
going.
there.
Setsu's going for a Sanjin Kaya. Like that's how huge he feels in this game. He's going for one of the most garbage items. Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. Nagasira now eclipsing the net worth of this alchemist. She's 18k, 16k on Elk. She is a big fish lady. Diffusal completed. She's got a butterfly queued up next.
Do you know Naga actually outdamages a Terrorblade late game? Like if you put them with the same items, Naga does more
Really?
damage. Yeah, the new Naga is legitimately like just ridiculous in the late game.
Radiant's
Obviously
top
she's a
tower
melee
is
hero,
falling.
so it's a little harder to hit people,
Dire's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
it's
Mindbreaker on
quite
Naga.
strong. Yeah, that's a nice item.
All right, how do you get positioned? Are they trying to drag in over here? Fantasy maybe biting off a little bit more than they can chew. Setsu's here. He's got the blade mail. They'll drop the macro pyre, and everybody's just songed up, being held in place. Monet making his way around the corner. Nice echo slam, but there's just not enough damage. It doesn't matter. Setsu being able to just go to assimilate. BKB popping out of from blood, but they do manage to get a couple of these really nice bounces with the chain frost. So they will end up losing the void spirit as Flywind goes down on the side. Are they going to be able to grab him? Yeah, Ice Path comes out. YDS trying to give vision. They'll be able to take down Super, so.
It's really difficult, once again, to push into the high ground of Keen Gaming. You really need to... I mean, it's awkward because I want to say that you need to position and kind of like siege the high ground properly, but... I don't know about this, Monet. I think you gotta be careful.
Pops his own Manta very early.
Erica does not have his ult.
He doesn't have anything to cut through the trees either. Oh my god. Oh no, Monet. It is just the Aegis, luckily, but... September, nearby. He's gonna try to man-fight Erica here.
Dire's
They
top
managed to get the
Oh,
silent strike
God.
off. Fantasy nearby. He pops his BKB.
So awkward.
So he's got to get out of here, and he's got to get out in a hurry. Looks like Fantasy is going to be left behind. That hook shot was very close to connecting, but it's a good fissure. We'll be able to...
Ooh, the song!
Oh, the song!
Seeds of
Uh-oh.
Monet just sitting patiently off to the side. They want this kill on Erica. The rest of the team has already left. He is all alone in the woods.
He has
That's
buyback.
a dead alchemist. That's
Not
so
the
close
absolute worst.
to him getting out. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was close to being really decent. I mean, killing the Naga and taking the Aegis, or YDS.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Another double damage rune for the Void Spirit. I guess
Too
that
easy,
opens
man.
the doors for them. Like, you know, they had the Aegis, but it doesn't matter now.
You do have to be
already
careful, this
Dire's
Echo,
tower
though.
is under attack.
That is
14
true.
seconds.
Radiant's
Well,
With the
I think
Naga illusions
Setsu,
grouping
right?
up.
Setsu's got to be the one to jump forward because he does have the Ags.
Yeah, you can look how you can just see him positioning to the right here. Like, oh god.
He sees him. He sees him. He's going in.
Radiant's middle
Late, drawing in with the Aether Remnant. Do they have the detection? They do, but it's right on the corner. So they'll take down the tower. Monet's still hard at work here over on this Rax. Fissure will slow him down just a little bit. Setsu's got one of those steps up.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
They're just trying to buy some more time for the Alchemist. Butterfly completed now for the Naga Siren.
Still can die to the Echo, though, on Naga. Does not have any form of status resistance, so... Definitely can feed to the Echo. Like, we've seen the Echo and the magic damage in this game do a lot to the... That's the thing, is, like, sure, Monet's huge, right? He's got tons of armor, tons of physical resist, but absolutely nothing for magic.
Monet. Echo Slam gets used immediately over on the Naga Siren. She needs to be able to get the song off. She'll go, she'll pop the Manta. They have the BKB, so it doesn't matter. They'll be able to take her out. The rest of the team now forced to go on the retreat. Erica wants to get this kill on September. Should be able to find it, but Setsu's standing nearby. Plus, they're all standing up in this line again, Jenkins. But they don't have as much damage without the Naga Siren. Setsu's in pretty deep right now with that silence. He's getting hit with everything. Assimilate, though, popping back on the corner. He wants blood. He's not quite able to find it just yet, but the living armor keeping him alive a little bit longer. They'll be able to find the kill. They'll turn back around. That meteor hammer doing quite a bit. Erico gets distracted. He's going to get taken down again. Xiao Fu's still alive, but just barely here. So he's trying to finish up, trying to get this final kill, but that Yules, they'll be able to find the kill.
We don't need our carry. We're strong, independent, not core players.
I mean, some of them are core.
Well, whatever. I mean, are you really a core if there's an Naga in the game?
Yes.
No way. You're all just supports to this big narcissist Naga player.
Narcissist Naga.
Yeah.
Well, that is the, oh, not quite landing that hook shot, but it doesn't matter. BKB coming up, but they both have blade nails. Blood is just taking little bits of damage here as they just stay in place. They're not too concerned about this. He is going to get taken down. He just popped back. Xiao Fu now is forced to retreat into the fountain. Looks like they're not too interested. Fantasy, he was doing some damage on the back lines, trying to keep them off of the buildings, but it's still a double kill now for Setsu. He's still got that essence ring too. It's helping to keep him alive. Tower's going to go down. Naga's just slowly making her way over here, but I don't know. You don't have a gyrocopter for 70-something seconds. This is difficult. Look at September, too. He's just hunting. He's got that meteor hammer online. He's got nice vision. How do they do this, Jenkins? How do they push him out of the base?
I think we're in rapier territory here, Moxie. I don't know what else.
I don't think they can get out of the base to get the rapier is the problem.
I've heard that one before.
We have.
I think you were right. I think you were right before as well. We'll see. They do tree block the racks, which is always really annoying.
Setsu just ducking right out of the way. September trying to get the position. He does have the overgrowth. They'll be able to hold them all in. Again, the BKB comes out. A couple of these Chain Frost bounces off on the side of Xiao Fu. He's taking so much damage by sitting in that macro pyre. Erica forced to go pop the BKB. YDS is taking a lot of damage too. Monet, he's just so tanky. How do you take him down? Look at this. They're just running right back into the fountain. They'll be able to take down Xiao Fu. YDS, the good game gets called. They've realized at this point there's just nothing we can do against RNG.
So for this game, I kind of feel like the summary is just all of like what we saw past 20-25 minutes was just kind of like a spillover of RNG playing the early game really well against an Alchemist. Mm-hmm. Like they were constantly pressuring. They did this interesting build on Jakiro, which would normally be dog shit, which is to go for the max E ability, which will get you reported in pubs. But in this particular game, they already have a lot of disable, they already have a lot of catch, and they needed to close in the